Hey everybody, and we are back for the back nine of round 3, and just a quick, hey, check out my new mouse. I don't have to run over behind the computer anymore to turn it on, so a little tiny life improvement over here, but it's been good.
The little things in life.
I know, it's just the little things that make things so much better. And we're back.
On the Prodigy Dream course.
Ooh, it inspires me to play. And back to our sponsors with the Ettyville place and also with the ODSA. Big shout out to Ryan at Toplink, PDGA. Love the Ontario Disc Golf Championships that we'll see again. The ODGC, our friends up at Daredevil, and finally DD. Wow, that was a lot to do.
And there we are. Your wonderful commentator.
Holy smokes, we're back. I don't know, man. This beard's getting out of control. Might be time to get the hedge clippers out.
Just gotta shape it.
I know. My wife keeps telling me to do that. I don't know. What can I say? I like looking like a grizzly man. Sandi with a big smile. Still with a 3-stroke advantage. Colleen throwing the guns.
Pow pow.
Pew pew pew.
Pew pew.
Pew pew.
And we're getting into the trees here.
Absolutely. And we're actually jumping into the forest now to get a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more technical. On the 9th hole, we saw Sandi able to take a stroke away from you there and get a little bit of ground.
So 3-stroke difference now, so...
By the way, that little house there in the corner, or that little booth there you see, incredible food. Next time for this year, if you come out to play the Provincials, bring a few extra bucks, man. They had, what did they have? Gourmet.
Clam chowder.
Oh,
yeah, everyone
so
was
good.
raving about the clam chowder.
Remember the gourmet? They had gourmet, like, craft dinner.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, with, what did it have? It had a mushroom sauce of some kind. Truffle, I think. I think it had a truffle sauce. Anyway, enough about food. We're making everybody hungry. Hole 10, this is just 162 feet, just a little baby, but just surrounded by treachery everywhere. Water, OB, trouble. Let's see what happens. Big shot. This looks good.
Just passed. That would have been a great ace.
You've got an arm on you, that's for sure. Oh, what a shot.
Whew. Do not want that to roll any farther. There's water right behind there. That was definitely a death putt there.
Just like an inch higher. Like, that's all it needed.
So close.
Pretty good roll. I mean, if that keeps going straight down, that turns into a disaster.
And like Sandi's got a huge death putt here.
Yeah, this is dangerous.
That was a great run for it, though.
I got to give her respect, too, because if she misses that, she's in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, but I mean, you got to remember the lefty too. Like, she's gonna hyzer out the other way than us.
That's true.
And just a few tap-ins there. Nice short hole.
Couple of great drives, good shots. Take the pars and move on. Look at this! Look at this drive. Look how close that is. So sick.
That would have been a great ace. Did someone ace that hole during the tournament? Was that the one?
That's a great question. I know there was an ace during this tournament. I wonder who that could be.
But
No, I think there was a couple aces during the event.
I felt like it was that hole, but it might not have been.
Honestly, I don't have the stats in front of me. I don't remember, but it wouldn't surprise me. That's definitely the hole where it could happen.
Yeah, that one and the other over the water, the one that was sunken in, those ones would definitely be aceable.
Hole 11, 372 feet. You've got that super weird little island there, Treasure Island with the water moat. Tons of trees that are just begging you to bounce off inside it and go OB. And then if you get through all of that nightmare, you're into guardian trees galore.
So I was actually practicing laying this shot up. It's very risky to go over that water.
And yet you do. And you crushed it pretty well.
Hit the last tree. That last tree. And it, could have been worse. It could have bounced me backwards. I think you're going to want to watch the men's coverage for this tournament because I feel like there's a really funny occurrence on the MPO card for this hole. So definitely keep an eye out for that round.
Yeah, actually, that's the funniest thing I think I've ever seen in disc golf is what happens on that hole during the MPO lead.
Yeah, it was quite a story. So check back for that coverage. That was a little forehand roller through the trees.
That was actually an underrated shot. It was pretty good.
And then, just trying to find any route I can to get there.
There's a few holes in here, man. Like, John, if you're listening, buddy, I think you need to get the chainsaw out and hack and slash a little bit here at the beginning.
If you can look back from the basket and see an ace line, I think it's okay. But some of these are very new holes, right? Like, he had just finished putting some of these holes in.
Is that a faux pas? Should I be saying that?
What?
Saying get the chainsaw out?
Get the chainsaw. Oh, we all say that during our rounds. I'm going to come back here with a chainsaw and take this one down.
Look at this. Look at this.
That is some unfortunateness. I know that happened to a lot of people. You landed in that pond. And it's hard to get your disc out.
Oh, my
it's
goodness.
Straight down, right?
Get one of those claws out. Those extendable claws, they work pretty well.
So we're pretty happy walking away with a par there.
There's a little bit of the practice area. I love the feeling of this course. It's really a lot of fun.
It really makes you want to buy some property and go build your own course. Like, it's the dream, right? John's living the dream here. And he's got a club running every week and great times.
Hole 12, 239 feet. It does not feel like 239 feet.
No, it doesn't. And this is a super favorable to the righty. It is a very tough lefty shot. So yeah, you're going to see Sandi just kind of try and go straight.
Sandi finding a way through.
But the basket is still way, way left of where she landed. You really have to hook the corner.
Are you going to get through that? You did. Holy smokes, you got a full flight too? Not bad.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I went a little deep, I think, and a little...
That is a fantastic layup.
That was great.
These holes are so hard to birdie. Taking your time. Pretty close, not bad. See, that's what's tough about these situations. I mean, you both can have, radically different drives in terms of distance and still end up both with a par because the shots are so tough.
Yeah, that drive for show, putt for dough.
Yep.
Really got to be making those putts. That's where it all matters. I mean, you can drive as far as you want to, but if you're not finishing that hole well, then there's no advantage.
Sandi with the crush sauce.
It's amazing how she turns things over like that with such control.
She's got a unique drive. Both of you do, actually. You have really, great power.
I think we do well playing to our advantages, like what works well for us, and then we build off that.
Hole 13, 446 feet. This was one of my more favorite holes to watch. I just like the way the angles played out. I like the shot, especially with these guardian trees right here.
Yeah, this hole reminds me a lot, actually, of Brewster's Ridge out in Vermont. But the fairways are demanding enough. It's tight. It's very hard to get all the way down there, no matter how far you can throw. And going left or right at all is tough. You're in a lot of trouble, so you really just want to stay straight, straight, straight.
I love holes that reward power and accuracy on your first shot and punish you severely on your second if you don't utilize it well.
Yeah.
I like
definitely.
that. This is a great shot.
Yeah, and happy to stay on that path. It's a little
absolutely.
bit more on the left side, so that helps me as a righty.
I'm kind of surprised Sandi had a better view here than it actually looked from her initial shot, and that's a very favorable tree kick. But that could have easily been a disaster if she ended up in the forest more. And this, you've got to just thread that, and you do.
A little too hyzered, but I'm not upset about it.
That's high. That'll work.
I like that, though. That's what I mean by a loft putt. A very, very useful thing to have. If you're worried about going in bushes, like there are bushes right behind the basket. When you're lofting it, you're really controlling the distance. And then when you put that height on it, it gives it a chance to be able to hit the basket before it falls too far. So it's definitely something I recommend a lot of people learn.
Good shot to prevent rollaways, too.
Yeah, and I mean, you can't just have one type of putt. There's things people are known for. as their standard putt, but you really should be able to do an assortment of different styles of putting, depending on the situation, right? Water, hills, OB.
So is this a tip you'd give ladies that are looking to move up into the next division?
Yeah, I think so. It's important for you to be able to run a putt safely. I think that's something that that's a reason why I learned how to jump putt, to be able to run things safely at a distance, to be able to have a chance of it going in but not go 40 feet past. That's going to save you strokes in the long run. So I definitely recommend, if you're a woman, practice 30, 40 feet jump putts and move yourself out as you get better at it. And don't worry about throwing it far. Worry about being really comfortable with it, because if you're going to jump putt, you want to be really comfortable with your form before you worry about distance at all.
Good tip. Awesome. Hole 14, 223 feet. This is just... I can see the basket, and yet you can't.
This hole, I called it a crapshoot. It really is.
Oh, this is painful to watch. It's just painful.
Honestly, it might actually look worse in person.
Oh, man.
You just kind of throw at these trees and just hope you go through. Or do what Sandi did, but even then, she's not going to be able to get to the basket that way. I've seen so many people almost ace this, though, because they just powered through.
Is there any credit to just walk up and stand in the front? Oh, wow. That's a little high, Sandi. And yet you got through. Wow. It's perspective, isn't it?
Shoot. Yeah, it's...
Man. Whoa.
Oh, that is tough when that happens. And she just laughed it off. That's a great attitude to have. That's something you got to work on. Sandi's great. She's always positive.
It's one of the things I got to give both of you. I've seen a lot of golf this season, and both of you actually, are very good at dealing with errors or mistakes and just not getting tilted from it.
I think Sandi...
What a shot!
That's great.
Holy snap, crackling sandwiches.
Oh, look at me dancing to the basket.
I didn't think you even had to look at that basket. You look completely buried. Look at it. Where are you?
Just poking out of the trees.
Wow. Nice shot.
That was great. Yeah, Sandi always keeps me positive. I got to say, I appreciate her a lot for that.
It's a good thing to have, man. I've played with a lot of players that... I shouldn't say I played with a lot, but I've played with a few people that they just lose their mind. They miss a couple of putts, and they're angry with themselves, and the whole world is over, Yeah. They can't snap out of it, and then it ruins the rest of their round.
Yeah. Yeah, we have a friend named Meth Lab because, just one thing goes wrong and it's an explosion. So, yeah, that can happen. And it's practice, right? And it's also, it's such an individualized sport. You have to know yourself.
Yeah.
You have to be really hard on yourself, really good to yourself. You have to always be working on yourself. So, nobody else is going to hold your hand out there. But it's nice to have good people to play with.
Absolutely. It does make a difference, too. Like, when you're playing on a card with people that are having fun, being positive about it, it actually does make the game a lot more fun to play and easier.
Honestly, my biggest thing, regardless of how people act about their shots, is if people are chatty. I hate when people are quiet the whole round, and I'm like, I just want to talk to you about stuff. Like,
super serious.
It doesn't even have to be disc golf.
Through.
I fully thought I fell into the trees there, and I was like, oh no, that was awful.
It's okay. You got through.
Yeah, it was a nice surprise when we got out there.
I think Sandi saw that and immediately threw low.
Textbook.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she could ace this shot easily if she put a little mustard on it. Like, she's not even that far away where she is. Just a little higher would have been.
Running it. Pretty good attempt. Not bad. Sandi with a putt here. Chance to pick up a stroke.
She does.
She does.
Look at that putt right in the middle of the chains. It sounded so good when it hit. Good
capitalization.
Yeah, she's very, very confident putter, I think. But, like, that comes with her being smart, right? She has had so many times where she laid it up this round because she was a lot farther away. And when she gets those comfortable spots, she's capitalizing.
I think she saw that opportunity when you hit the tree a little bit. And I think she did her best to try to take advantage of that.
I always screw that up. I always get nervous. I'm always like, they screwed it up. I can do something. And then I just fall apart. But
Okay, 3 strokes difference. I mean, you guys are neck and neck.
Yes, and we did actually tie, I think we tied the first round.
Mm-hmm.
So, we were pretty neck and neck. It was that one round pulled us apart a little, and then we just kind of stuck with it there.
Well, you're through, 52 holes of golf right now, within 3 strokes.
Yeah.
I mean, that is about as close as it can get.
I'm always sad when Sandi goes down to the States because I feel like we're so close to each other competition-wise that we thrive off of each other. But it's always nice to cheer for her down there.
Well, it's exciting, too, because once we get the Provincials put out, we're going to get Timmel next. We'll get that put out, and we're going to have a surprise guest joining you. So that'll be fun.
Ooh, very nice.
Yeah. I wonder who that could be.
Now, this one's also just shooting through the trees. But there is a line there, but...
This is a par 4, 336 feet. It's just... Wow.
If you put a spotter there, I will throw it at them.
Just get a chainsaw out, John. Just take a few of these trees down here. Give us something to work with.
Now, there is a fairway. It's just along the left side. And you really have to have a good forehand for that.
I notice that Sandi's going low and you're tending to go up high. Both strategies seem to be working.
Yeah. It's, for that shot, I had to get it to go left pretty quickly, so I was taking a risk.
You know who's coming down to do the chase card with us?
No, who's that?
John Pytel. He's making the drive.
Oh, very exciting.
It's so cool. I asked him, I said, John, it's just we got a couple rounds on the chase card to do. You want to come down? And he said, absolutely. He's driving down from Ottawa. I couldn't believe it.
It's cool to have the person who had such input in the course there. Whether they designed it or they own it or they do both like John. But to kind of pick his brain.
He's so exciting to talk to.
Why'd you do this? What are you going to change, you know?
You can tell, he gets so excited when you start talking about his course.
I almost wonder if he likes designing courses more than he likes playing them.
He just loves it. He loves playing. He loves talking about disc golf. He loves working on his course. He loves making the experience better. It's just what he loves to do.
Absolutely. Now, it was
Passion.
A good par through a bunch of trees.
Par. Hole 17, 198 feet. Par 3 here. This hole just looks so simple, and yet it's not.
No, and that's a lot of holes for you, right? For this kind of hole, though, when I walked up to this hole, I was like, oh, it's so short. But the problem is there's no hyzer line, so you really have to go straight at it. And
try it.
It's really tough to get a disc to go perfectly straight. That was some great tree love.
Oh, she's so lucky with those bounces.
They call it the pro luck. She made the right move, hit the tree on the right side, so it would hit her the right way.
I don't think people realize that too. Having the right angle and the right spin already really does contribute to getting much better tree.
See, contrary to her pro luck, I threw it on the wrong side of the tree.
Yeah, you just got screwed pretty much.
You little user error.
Does this work? Does it get through? Oh, that's a great shot.
A little swan action. I love the swan. Everyone's got to have an understable putter.
Excellent scramble.
It could have been
a lot of people would take a par from that spot. They'd get crushed.
Yeah, definitely could have been a lot worse.
Nicely done.
It is a frustrating thing to walk away from a hole like that, second last hole this round, and to just have an awful drive. Ooh, the Martin Hendel Wraith. Martin Hendel, if you're watching this, please get that for your disc next year. Everyone loved those. I want more of them.
They're such good discs.
They
very,
were,
very popular.
and the plastic you got it in and the color glow was so good. Those were mint discs. If you have one, get it signed and don't sell it.
Marty's cool too, man. If you run up to him with your disc, he'll sign it for you.
Oh, he's great. He's awesome.
I like running up to him like a fanboy and seeing if he'll sign a disc for me.
Yeah. He's amazing too. He'll take any moment to give you advice or talk to you about your game. He's very knowledgeable.
He's a humble dude. Marty's one of my favorite guys. I mean, he loves his sport, loves it through and through. It's something that he's super passionate about, and For those of you that know him, you know exactly what we're talking about.
This is a very technical shot.
I
Honestly, that was a great layup for Sandi. It looked, not the greatest, but that was exactly what you do. You just lay up to that area.
I don't like this hole. I'll be honest with you. I don't like anything about it.
Now,
I just don't. I mean, I don't.
So we discussed this hole with John, and so what you're seeing is I threw it straight, and now I'm 90 degrees the other way.
Yep.
So it is a dog leg, completely 90-degree dog leg, and as you can see, it's treacherous to get out of. I've seen people turn right off the tee pad and just try to throw through the trees because it seems like a better option than laying up, which it's not. Laying up is always the better option. It's a smarter option.
It just seems like this hole, you just sort of lob it up till you get a look at the basket, drive it up, and take a birdie.
John's very protective of his choices of this hole, though. I don't think he's going to change it, but yeah, it was tough. And it was hard to end your round on a hole that you just didn't feel like was makeable. Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know. He's probably gonna wring my neck for saying that. It's that one hole. I just think it could be done differently, and it would be a more fun ending.
I told him, cut out a 2 or 3 foot hole to bait people into going right. If people are already gonna try and do that crapshoot, give them a little hole to aim for. And
it's just the angle is so tight that there's no real way to get out of it.
Yeah.
You really just lay up and go, right?
I think a roller, like if you had a really good, maybe lefty forehand roller, you could maybe cut that corner and get out.
Yep.
But even then, it's a far putt. I did see someone make the 2 on it during his other tournament that he had earlier this year. So it's possible. But
you can roller it?
Yeah, but you'd have to be a lefty. And forehand, face this way, forehand, lay it down and have it roll, cut over. But the ground is also it's
That's Colleen for sure.
Big smiles.
That's funny.
But yeah, all around a beautiful course. I think everyone, if you're up in the area, you have to check this place out. John's phenomenal. He's so welcoming. And they've got such a good scene out in Ottawa. That was a really fun place to go to.
They get a lot of players from Quebec too.
Yeah.
Who, one of the things to look out for in 2021 is the French community. There is some serious talent coming out of there. I know they didn't get to run a lot of events up there this year just because of all the COVID stuff, but I fully expect next year to see a lot more events going on up there, a lot of sanctioned stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if you start seeing a lot of A tiers come up there in the next few years. And a lot of guys are getting close to the 950, 975, even 1K range up there in skill.
Yes, the Owanis Open is a big one to watch out for.
There's also a lot of women up there playing.
Yes.
They have a pretty active community, so I expect that to really start to make a splash, probably in the provincials next year and with the years moving forward.
Yeah, definitely. It was cool to kind of get more of our area together. It's tough being in the Toronto area and the Ottawa area don't end up meshing a lot during the year, so it was nice for us to make the effort to go out there and see them, and they often travel for us. So.
And also, John, if you're watching, buddy, we so appreciate your help. Like I said, my wife was not feeling well. She was pregnant and a couple months, and the heat was too much for her, and she wanted to go and take a break. And John jumped in to help us out. And man, I so appreciate your work and helping us. And we couldn't have done this without you. So thanks, buddy, for that. And moving on, we're going to be moving into the finals, round 4. I know you lost a couple strokes there in the last few holes.
Yeah, I think it was. So it's a 6-stroke difference now.
Yep.
So Sandi's building her lead a little bit. Going into the last round, we're playing a tough course, but it's wide open. So lots of OB. I think being able to bomb into a specific spot is going to be important. So we'll see what happens there.
All right. Well, stay tuned, everybody. We're going to watch the final round. Let's see if Colleen can come back and make a comeback.
Yeah,
All
make
right,
it
guys.
exciting.
See you soon.